Hello there, this is Ray, and I want to talk about Sonic, the movie. I want to talk about my experience as a whole, not a critique. I don't review movies. So yeah, just want to talk about my experience with it, emotionally, how it was for me and such. So, starting out, I was dying to watch this movie as soon as I found out there was gonna be a Sonic movie, because of course any Sonic fan would go crazy about it, right? And then the first trailer came out, and we all know how that went. Yeah, I was really considering not going to watch the movie because Sonic just looked awful. Like, he was nightmare fuel. And I was just considering not going to watch it because I didn't think these people cared enough for the movie, for the character as a whole. So when they brought in Tyson He's to work on the movie, I was feeling a lot better about it because he has worked for Sonic in the past, and he had pretty much revived Sonic with his animations and such. And I was really happy, and everyone was really happy when he confirmed that he was working on the movie, on the redesign anyways. And when the second trailer came out, I was really excited. I just cannot believe the movie had gave such a turn, just with the design, just with Sonic being looking different. And it comes to show, right, that we really go with stuff depending on how they look. You're not gonna watch a series if it looks bad, and Sonic was like that for me. If Sonic looked bad in the movie, I wasn't gonna be attracted to it. I didn't want to watch it. But I really think that the new design looked good on the movie. I don't think the old design would have worked. And yeah, I was really happy there was a change and that he looks like he does now, which is adorable and it's cute, and I just want to hug him because he looks so fluffy and stuff. When he goes so fluffy in the movie, that's adorable. That's like best Sonic. I'm sorry, I'm just gushing out about it now. But yeah, I had promised to go watch it with my best friend, and I had to wait a week after its release. So I was in pain. Emotional pain. I would say physical pain, but that would be a bit of an exaggeration. But yeah, I was in pain because I couldn't go watch it, and it was so hard just avoiding spoilers like on Twitter or like anywhere. But I think it was worth it. It was worth the wait. I went to watch it a week after its release, and I cried the moment the rings headed to the Paramount logo. I was in tears, and then hearing friends from Hyper Potions, it just my heart, just remembering sends chills down my spine. And I'm sure, like, I know some people didn't like bits of the movie, and I guess I'm with them, but I don't agree with their bits. Like, I loved the new character, Longclaw. Spoiler alert, I guess. I loved her, even when some people didn't like her. And there was also comments about her not being redesigned after the whole backlash. And I don't think she looks bad. Like, she actually looks like an owl, so that's okay. She doesn't look weird like Sonic did. And I just loved her. She's new Sonic mom, so there's that. That's adorable. I love the rest of the characters. I love Tom, I like Maddie, and even her sister, who is a little bit annoying, but she was funny. She was one of the funniest parts of the movie. Eggman, I have mixed feelings about Eggman. Like, Jim Carrey's acting was perfect as always, but just the character itself wasn't something I really liked because I'm used to the old kind of acting Eggman, you know? The one you see on the games or on the cartoons. And Jim Carrey's Eggman seemed crazier than usual. Like, I mean, Eggman is crazy, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about him. Just wanting to make some things clear about what I said. I didn't dislike Jim Carrey's acting as Dr. Eggman. I absolutely loved him. I just didn't feel like it was exactly like Eggman, the one we've seen. But I still really admire what he did. I still think he did a great job. And he should still be Eggman no matter what. He was a great choice of casting. And he delivers in everything he does, and this is no exception. Jim Carrey is by all means a great actor, and I'm really glad that he got to play Eggman in the Sonic movie. So yeah, just to make things clear there, because I don't think I think I sounded like I didn't like him. But yeah, I really loved him. Even if it wasn't my ideal, I guess, of what Dr. Eggman is during the cartoons and the games and such, right? So yeah, just wanted to make that clear. Hope there's no misunderstandings there, and yeah. I love the Ancient Stone though, and then there's Wade. I just hope to see them again. They're so cute and funny. They're best boys up there with Sonic. So yeah, I love that. I love that it was a simple story. It was heartwarming and just so wholesome. And it's my favorite anime trope ever. Like, you see this grown man who's struggling to find his way in life, his reason for life or something, and he finds it when he adopts a kid. Which is basically this. Tom wants something more in life, and he finds that when he meets Sonic. Which Sonic had already met him, but he didn't know that, so there's that. But yeah, I really felt that it was this really fatherly figure to Sonic, which he didn't have after losing Longclaw. And I just loved it. I just loved that. And also something that people were complaining about was that Sonic did some dance move on the movie. And I get it. It was kind of cringy. Like, why just not leave the dance he did on the trailer? Or, you know, make him dance something else. But at the end of the day, Sonic is a teenager. He's about 15 years old, like he is in the games. And he's a teenager, living in the meme era. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm surprised he's not a total meme lord, which would have gone in par with Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady. But I mean, I'm glad they didn't do that with him. I do think that there should have been more breakdancing for him, because I mean, Sonic, it's an awesome breakdancer. So I think that's a missed opportunity that I hope they can add more to on the sequel, because there's gotta be a sequel. After that end credit scene, mid-end credit scene, I need to drop the mid, okay? I need to drop it. Okay, so after that scene, I went crazy. I totally lost it. I screamed at the top of my lungs, scaring my friend, leaving her deaf for a moment. I was crying and I was laughing without control. I just could not control myself because I was just so excited and so happy and so moved, and I was so emotional after watching that end credit scene. And I hear that this was like actually a common thing on the theaters with like a lot of people. I wish I could have been in a theater that was packed with people watching the movie, but it was just a few of us, maybe 4 or 5 families. There was some guy at the back that he was having the time of his life. It was hilarious. So I really hope that everyone enjoyed the movie as much as he did and we did. Because yeah, it was a really good movie. I loved it. It's officially my favorite movie of all time as far as live action movies go. And I do think some of the parts were cringy. As far as the animation goes, like when spoilers again, when Tom is carrying Sonic, that was kind of weird. But I mean, I guess it was a little bit rushed. They pushed the release date, and it was still a little bit flimsy here and there. But I mean, in the end, they did great. The animation team did great. After the redesign, especially, it was amazing. I'm really glad that they took fans into consideration because they managed to really make us happy. I do think that this is a really family-friendly movie that everyone should give it a chance. And if you don't like it, you know what? That's fine. You have your own taste. But me as a Sonic fan, I absolutely loved it. I had no expectations for it. Honestly, I had no expectations for it. So when I came out crying out of the theater, I don't know. I guess I should have given the team working on it a little bit more credit. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone who gave their heart out to this movie for me not having any expectations about it, because they delivered on something I didn't have, and it was really surprising to see. So I know I've been mentioning stuff I didn't like throughout this little talk, but what I really want to talk about that I didn't like was the music. The music itself wasn't really noticeable. It's not something you remember even after watching it a second time. And I think that's a really big flop, because when you think Sonic, you probably think music, Sonic music, because that's just something that you remember from his games. Maybe not Lost World, I'm sorry, I just didn't like that game in general, and I just don't think the music is... Actually, that's a pretty good comparison, because in Sonic Lost World, I didn't think the music was something to be remembered, something that you remember unless you've played it a couple of times, or unless you listen to the music a couple of times. Because I just think it sounds too much like Mario on the game. And of course the movie doesn't sound like Mario, but it's just not noticeable. You don't really notice it, especially if you're watching it the first time or the second time, because you're invested in what's going on with the characters, with what they're doing, what they're saying. And yeah, I really don't remember much of the music other than Green Hill at the end, because, well, it's Green Hill. So maybe they can fix that on the sequel, add a little bit more of the Sonic vibe. And speaking of Sonic vibe, Speed Me Up. I just don't think that's the Sonic kind of song. I just don't think it's a Sonic kind of song. I get, in a sort of way, it kind of fits, like the Sonic from the movie, but I just can't get out of my head that Sonic, it's a rock kind of guy, you know. If you think a Sonic game, you're probably thinking one of the theme songs, like Live and Learn, Open Your Heart, I Am All of Me, what is it, Sonic Heroes, His World, you know, those are rock kind of music. And I mean, His World has some kind of rap in there, but at least you can tell what that says. Speed Me Up, I looked up the lyrics, I read along with the music, I read it separately, and I just could not make any sense of it. So maybe get someone else in there to play the music. I just wish they would gone with a more rock-like direction, you know, or maybe pop, you know, like Disney does the pop covers for the end credits, maybe something like that. Because I think the K-pop music they managed during the movie, which I don't really remember, but I know they're there because they've been on the trailers and stuff. I think those were better than the end credit song, Speed Me Up. I still kind of like it. It has a good rhythm and stuff, even if I can't freaking tell what they're saying, what they're singing, rapping, whatever. But I just didn't feel like it was a Sonic kind of song. So there's that. I hope they take another direction with the music next time. I would like to see maybe they bringing in Ohtani-san, or maybe even, oh my gosh, I forgot his name, I'm so sorry, Jun-san from Crush 40 to write in some of the music for it. Maybe not make the OST too much like related to Sonic, but just make it sound like Sonic, you know? Make it sound more something you would listen in a Sonic game. Maybe more rock likes. Maybe I love to hear some drums in there. Something I loved about Sonic Forces was the orchestral music on the menus. So maybe something like that on the dramatic parts. But yeah, music. That's probably the main issue I had with the movie. Because honestly, I loved the movie. It was simple, something that you could digest very easily, and it was something that I think Sonic fans have been craving for a while now, because Sega has been giving us very lacking stories. When they try to make them interesting, they just lag, they just don't deliver. And Sonic the movie did that. Sonic the movie delivered something that at least personally have been looking forward in a Sonic game. A good story. So to that, I say thanks to everyone who worked on this movie. Thanks to all the animators who had to rework the movie, to Tyson Heast, who took over the redesign, and his team. I'm not sure how this worked out, but thank you to everyone, the producer, the actors. I just hope that from here on out, when they announce the sequel, that they will pour out as much love as they did to this movie. That's everything from me. I hope you enjoyed this talk. I hope you agree with me. If you do, please leave a comment. And I love to hear what you guys think about the movie. If you loved it, if you didn't like it, if you absolutely hated it, especially if you hated it, I would love to hear why. So yeah, take care wherever you are, if it's day or night. This was Ray from Mystic Nova. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you on the next one. Bye!